Scorpion Racing. It's been a while. Coming back at you. Put them up. Today's video is going to be on the 6'4" Power Stroke. We got this new tow rig. We still got that one, but I got this one. It's got a lot of cool stuff. It's got gooseneck hitch. It's got airbags. And of course, it's a dually. So we're going to be able to tow a lot better. But this video I decided to do because I took on the challenge of replacing the turbo. As you can see, it's almost back together now. And the question is, should you take the cab off to do this? Or should you attempt this with the cab on? I absolutely say, if you can, take the cab off. But if you can't, it can be done. But you're not going to be able to get the up pipes off without cutting them off. And you got to be able to weld them back when you're done or replace them. If you can't weld them back and you don't have the ability to cut them off, you're not going to be able to do this. It's impossible. You don't have enough room to do anything. So, a couple of things that help me out throughout the way. They say don't do it, but it helped me. Is I separated the high pressure and low pressure turbo to get them out. And I also, as you can see, I went back to studs instead of bolts to make it easier. And also, on some of the downpipe, the screws in the back, I use studs instead to make it easier. Would I do it again without taking the cab off? I probably would have waited. The things to consider are, how fast do you need it back? I mean, this is taking me months because the weather's cold on my side. Today is just so happened to be warm enough to get out here and do something. So you got to consider how much time you got if you're going to try to attempt this with the cab on. You got to do it in sections and do it a little bit at a time. You can't get frustrated. Well, you're going to get frustrated, but you got to keep it cool. And just do a little bit at a time. So, can you replace the turbos with the cab on? Absolutely. Like I said, you've got to be able to weld or either replace those downpipes in order to make it work. And make sure when you take the turbos off, you tap the holes to make it easier to get the bolts back in. I didn't do that. I wish I did, but I didn't. So, keeping that in mind, you can do it. Just depends on how much time you got. And are you capable of either replacing those downpipes or welding them back after you cut them? Because you're going to have to cut both of the downpipes to get them off, the turbo out. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Unless you got super strength or some super magic 10 millimeter ratchets and wrenches. So with that said, Scorpion Racing, dropping a little video on what's been going on. we'll be working on the car once we get this done, since probably more toward spring when we get a little bit of heat, and hopefully we can start working on the shop. So I hope this helps somebody. It takes a huge amount of skill and mechanic knowledge to be able to pull this off. So if you don't have a lot of skill, you better just wait and figure out some kind of way to either pull the cab or use the wood to push the cab up some. But even then, you're not going to be able to get those bolts on loose without super strength. So I highly recommend taking the cab off, or either you be extremely patient. Scorpion out.